Hey, today we're going to read chapters 4, 5, and 6 of Boy Overboard by Gleitzman. It's a continuation of Bibi and Jamal's story. It's a fantastic book, and I've used it with my grade fives and sixes in the learning program for English, so enjoy it. No bang. That's all I think as I claw my way up the side of the rocket crater towards Bibi. Rubble scrapes my fingers raw, but I hardly notice. No explosion, that's good. Unless I missed it when the tank was screeching, or it was muffled by Bibi's long skirt, or someone had invented a silent landmine. I stopped thinking about that and keep climbing. I can't smell any explosion, that's good too. When Yusuf's grandfather demonstrated a landmine exploding to us kids in the village, the smell was gross. It was worse than Musa's socks. Hang on, Bibi, I shout frantically. It's going to be okay. They can't hear me. Yusuf is yelling too loudly, and Bibi's screams are filling the air like desert birds after a battle. Please, I pray. Please, don't let one of her legs be blown off. Not just one, neither of them. I fling myself over the rim of the crater. Bibi is on the other side of the soccer pitch, surrounded by war wreckage. She's standing rock still, one leg straight, the other crooked. Yusuf is kneeling next to her, straight leg pushed down with both hands on her foot. As I run to see what's happened, the mine hasn't gone off because Bibi's weight is still on it. If she moves her foot off the metal plate, the mine will explode. Bibi, I yell, don't move. It's really a dumb thing to say, and I can see from the tearful glare that Bibi gives me that she thinks so too. I drop to my knees and I press my hand on top of Yusuf's. Ow, says Bibi, that hurts. Why didn't you keep an eye on her? I shout at Yusuf. Immediately, I wish I hadn't said that. Yusuf looks as miserable as I feel. I'm sorry, I say, it's not your fault. The government's supposed to have cleared all the landmines this close to the village. That's what they said 7 years ago, mutters Yusuf, sliding one hand off Bibi's foot and rubbing his leg stump in his baggy shorts. I'm sorry, Jamal. It's my fault, says Bibi. I saw something I wanted for my bird migration project. She pointed to a chunk of rusty debris nearby, an entire wing section of a fighter plane. I don't say anything. I can feel Bibi's foot trembling. Her lips have gone pale. The poor thing's terrified. This is not the time to remind her that our school is meant to be a secret, and it won't be a secret much longer if she is dragging 10-meter pieces of project material into the house. What are we going to do? She whimpers. Don't worry, I say. I'll think of something. Just remember the secret of soccer. Never give up, even when things look hopeless. Bibi bursts into tears again. Don't say hopeless, you camel poop, she yells. I look around for help. The village isn't that far away, and I know Yusuf will hop like the wind if I ask him, but I don't. If the wrong people came to the rescue and see Bibi, and she's a girl, she'll be in almost as much trouble as she is in now. There's only one thing to do. I stand up and I put my foot next to Bibi's. Okay, I say, slide your foot off the metal plate while I slide my foot on. Bibi gawks at me. Yusuf's mouth is hanging open too. Are you sure? He whispers. If that plate pops, the mine will explode. Yusuf's got a good heart, but he can be a bit of a referee at times. I don't mind. He's only my age, but he's taller than me, and he's already got hair on his one leg. I'll be careful, I say, struggling to look confident. Come on, Bibi, just slide your foot off slowly. But then you'll be on the mine, says Bibi. You could be blown up. I won't, I say. It's probably a dud mine anyway. A lot of these landmines are 20 years old and totally clubbed out. Aren't they, Yusuf? Yusuf doesn't say a thing. He's probably not the best person to be asking. Bibi is staring at Yusuf's empty shorts leg. No, she yells, it's too risky, and she crumples into tears again. Bibby, I say desperately, if you get blown up, people will find out that you've been playing soccer, even if I tear up that note. Bibby shakes her head. Mum and Dad will understand, she replies. They're always doing things they're not meant to do, like school and Daddy putting army petrol in his taxi that time. I'm getting frantic, and I can see that Yusuf is too. I'm hoping that the mine is a rusted dud. It might not be. Yusuf's grandfather says that some old mines are seriously unstable. Some go off even before the metal plate flips up. I've got to get Bibby away from here. What about the government, I say to her. If the government finds out that a girl's been playing soccer, Mum and Dad are in big trouble, remember? Bibby thinks about this, and I can see she knows it's true. But instead of getting off the mine, she gets angry. It's not fair, she yells. I don't want to get blown up, and I don't want you to get blown up either. It's not fair. This is bad. She's working up to a tantrum, and when Bibby has a tantrum, she stamps her feet. I grab her shoulders and put my face close to hers. Listen, I say. Let me step on the mine. Then Yusuf will help you get home, and once you're inside, he will bring help for me. We will all be fine. He's right, said Yusuf. Bibby glares at me for a long time. Okay, she says, finally. If you die, I hope you do too. Then her eyes began to fill with tears again, and she puts her arms around me. Because if I was dead and you weren't, I would really miss you. She shuffles off the mine, Yusuf holding her feet so she doesn't move too fast. I shuffle at the same time. In the tension of the moment, I forget Bibby is meant to be sprinting away. We hold on to each other tight while we wait and see what happens. Nothing. I can feel the spring of the mine pushing in against the soles of my feet, but the mine does not explode. Okay, I say to Yusuf, run for it. It's not a very thoughtful thing to say to a kid with one leg, but I know that Yusuf doesn't mind. He grabs his crutches with one hand and Bibby with the other. She's holding on to me, her dark eyes staring at me fiercely. Jamal, she says, I like soccer and I'm going to keep playing it. She hugs me, then thinks of something else. Unless you're dead, because then I wouldn't feel like it. She gives me a final hug and hurries away with Yusuf. I look down at the metal plate under my feet. It doesn't look very rusty. It looks quite new, which is good. New mines are better. The coloured wires haven't faded, and the bomb disposal experts can see which ones to snip. Of course, if I was a desert warrior, I'd have a go at snipping them myself. No, don't even think about it. Bomb disposal experts do years of training, plus practice at stopping their hands shaking. Best to leave it to them. Even though my hands are shaking inside, I'm feeling more relaxed. And then I hear Bibby calling my name, and I get tense again. I look up, and Bibby is running towards me, sobbing. I can't, she's yelling. I don't want to leave you. In horror, I watch as she flings her arms around me and buries her face in my chest. I try to bend my legs to absorb the impact like David Beckham does when a defender barges into him. But Bibby is moving too fast, and together we sway and totter and fall off the mine. We cling to each other in the dust and scream for a long time. When we realize we're still alive, we stop. We stare at the metal plate. It hasn't flipped up. No bang. We get up, and I've never felt so faint or sick or dizzy. You pongy lump of camel spleen, Bibby yells at the mine. I'd like to just kick you in the guts. As I take her arm and drag her towards the village, I start to feel better. We've survived. We're not dead, even though Bibby's not safely home yet, and I may throw up at any time. Life is good. We creep into the village through a row of houses that are mostly rubble. A truck goes past and we duck down just in case. You can never be sure with trucks. Sometimes they're just smugglers, but sometimes they're the government. A rock bounces off the back of the truck. Bibby, I hear, stop it. I hate Truck, she growls. Truck took Anissa's dad away and she's never seen him again. When the truck is gone, we help Yusuf back onto his crutches and hurry towards our house. I hate this whole country, says Bibi. After all, this country is camel snot. I'm shocked. 9-year-olds should not hate their country. They should love their country and want to do well in the World Cup and earn respect of other nations, so they'll stop bombing us. I push Yusuf's hat down further over Bibi's ears and pull my jacket tighter around her shoulders and cheek. She's still got her skirt rolled up. Keep your voice down, I whisper. You're meant to be a boy. I don't care if I'm meant to be a goat, says Bibi. This place is a bum boil. Yusuf's shocked too. He almost falls over. Luckily, the people in the streets are too busy to notice. When your house keeps getting bombed, you've always got a lot of chores. We turn the corner into our street, and I look anxiously towards our house. Everything is good. Mum's shutters are closed, which means she is still asleep. Dad's taxi isn't there. We can get inside without being caught, but only if Bibi stops complaining so loudly. I bet Manchester hasn't got landmines, she said bitterly. It might have, I whispered to her. They might just not show them on the satellite TV soccer coverage. I don't think Manchester has got landmines, says Yusuf, frowning. Not unless they were put there by Liverpool supporters. Anyway, I say to Bibi, we should be grateful. Our house has still got a roof. Our mum and dad are still alive. We've got all our arms and legs. Compared to other people, we are really lucky. Bibi gives me a look and glances apologetically at Yusuf. But my house has still got a roof, says Yusuf indignantly. Bibi digs me with her elbow. Nice one, she hisses. Sorry, I say to Yusuf. I didn't mean you. That's okay, says Yusuf, and does an armpit raspberry. His arms are really strong, so he can do really good ones. As we creep towards the house, I bounce the ball on Bibi's head a couple of times to make her pay attention. All I'm saying, I tell her, is that things could be worse. On the third bounce, a big pair of hands grabs the balls. Gotcha! Bellows a furious voice. It's Mr. Nasser. He's the angriest man in our street and the tallest, and he's got a really scary nose hair. Run, I say to Bibi. I want to run too, but I can't leave Yusuf or the ball. Mr. Nasser grabs Bibi by the shoulder. She tries to wriggle free. Yusuf's hat starts to slip off her head. Any moment her hair could flop out and the edge of her skirt could drop down from under my jacket. You boys broke my window, yells Mr. Nasser, pointing to one of his downstairs windows. Look, broken. He's partly right. The window is broken, but it wasn't us. Okay, we may not always obey the law, but we'd never not play soccer in the street. It wasn't us, Mr. Nasser. Honest, I say. I can see he doesn't believe us. He's not even listening. Since his wife got ill and died, he never listens to anybody. Jamal's got too much skill to break a window, said Yusuf, pushing himself in front of Mr. Nasser and pointing to me. He's trying to distract Mr. Nasser from Bibi, and she's trying to kick Mr. Nasser, and the effort is making her hair slip out from under the hat. Go on, Jamal, says Yusuf. Show him. Trembling, I take the ball before Mr. Nasser realizes what's happening. I drop the ball onto my foot, flick it to my knee, bounce it on my head, and catch it with my foot, and start the whole thing over again. Mr. Nasser is staring, bemused. Behind him, I can see Yusuf trying to calm Bibi down and stuff her hair back under the hat. I shouldn't have looked. Never take your eye off the ball. That's what Mum's ancestors would say if they were here. The ball is dropping off my head, but it isn't going anywhere near my foot. I lunge for it. I make contact. The ball flies off my foot and into Mr. Nasser's other downstairs window. The glass breaks. Vandals! Vandals! Screams Mr. Nasser. Criminals! I'm calling the police. Yusuf is staring at me in shock. Bibi is looking paler than she was standing on the landmine. Sorry, I say to them all. I'm reporting this, reports Mr. Nasser, to your parents. No need, says a voice. I spin around. And I'm going to have to do this part in a second recording because I can only do 15-minute segments of recording books at a time. So it's going to be part 2 for the remaining of this recording.